and kind and loving care. Be our stronghold and our fortress as we journey on. May all we seek come through, and may your divine and eternal grace abide with us through our lifespan. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Deputy Registrar, can you call in the witness, please?
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome back. You may kindly take your seat, and while sitting down, may I implore you to remove your cap. Thank you. Mr. Witness, as usual, I have to remind you that you are still under oath for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Okay, thank you. Madam Chair, I now hand over the witness to you.
Good morning, Mr. Diba.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. You're welcome. And Council, can we proceed?
Sure. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Mr. Deba.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Council.
So yesterday you were saying that you and the council arranged to update the goods that you supplied them, as well as the invoice that you prepared. Now, which of the council staff did you make this arrangement with?
It's not the council staff, I said the procurement officers.
Is the procurement officer not the council staff?
Well, if it is a council staff, I understand they have a procurement officer, so I consider him as a procurement officer, but not actually the council staff. I don't know.
Who does the procurement officer work for?
Mr. Sedley and Mr. Baba Trawale, we are the council procurement officers.
So that's what I'm asking you. Where do they work?
They work at council there.
They work for the council?
Yeah.
So they're council staff?
Actually,
Okay, so which people or which representatives of the council, maybe that would be a better question for you. Which representatives of the council?
These were the people that I have all these transactions with.
Baba Trawale?
Mr. Ibrahim Sedili was the Baba was his boss. Normally, I have all the transactions with Ibrahim.
You had all the transactions with Ibrahim?
Mostly.
Mostly. But you also spoke with Baba?
Baba, of course. Baba would be there sometimes.
And you said it's Trawale, right?
Trawale, yes.
Okay. So when you consider the 507,000, which is a 200,000 and the 307,000, plus the 35,000 that they paid after, that you remembered, that would leave you maybe about 59,000 balance that they had to pay you.
That is correct.
Did you ever follow them for that 59,000?
Yeah, they did make a payment. In fact, when I left here yesterday, I had to find out how some of the transactions took place in my account, because I could not remember it. But what they told me is, I don't have any invoice myself as to present here as a witness or evidence. But what those people inform me is, all the transactions that we have with you goes up to August. Even after May transaction, we had other transactions with you. I told them, but for me, I cannot remember them. They told me all the transactions, the vouchers, the invoices you provided were all available. I told them, okay, if you have them, fine. But for me, the only transaction that I remember was from April to May. But they said they continue the transaction with my business until after August. I don't know.
Now,
Me, I cannot
is
remember
it possible for them to continue transactions with you and your business without your knowledge?
I'm not saying not my knowledge. I say I don't remember.
And why would you not remember?
Yeah, maybe that's human nature. I may forget because I'm also a human being.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. So the balance outstanding would have been about 59,000.
Yeah, from
And
the.
did you follow them for the 59,000?
It's not actually the 59,000 that I should follow them, because right now what my memory can serve me is the transactions was about $1,500. That was the amount that my mind, kept on.
And that's the amount that your invoice also said?
That's what I can remember.
Yeah, so maybe we can do the math so that we can get it right, get the figures right. So you were paid 200,000 that you remembered and acknowledged from the bank statement, right?
I understand that question.
So let's go through the question. So 200,000, right?
Okay.
And then you were paid 307,000. I hope you're doing the calculations.
I'm not doing the calculation.
So kindly do the calculations because I need you to give me the figures.
Go on.
So you were paid $200,000 that you acknowledged and saw from the bank statement.
That's correct.
Then you were paid 307,000 as well, that you also acknowledged.
Correct.
And confirmed from the bank statement. Then you were paid 35,000, which at first you said you didn't remember. Then you recalled that you were paid that 35,000. Right.
That is correct.
So your invoice was for 601,500. If you're not sure, I can hand it over to you so you can confirm.
That one I remember when you saw me yesterday.
So let me hand it. Assistant Registrar, can you please give the witness so that he can confirm? This is Exhibit LGC/AD/MKAC/004.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday,
Okay,
and I confirmed this.
So, can you tell us what the outstanding balance would have been?
The outstanding balance would have been 59,500.
Okay. So, from the evidence that you gave yesterday, and also what you're giving today, is that you couldn't remember the last two payments that were made to you.
I couldn't remember. That's what I said yesterday. Well, when I live here.
Sorry. Do you remember today, or is it what they've told you that you're telling us?
I still do not remember. What they told me was they continue this transaction with my business, because after all they say, in fact, I made another supply. I told them, did you have any evidence that I supply you any other goods or whatever? They told me that all the transactions that we have goes up to plus $1 million. I told them, if you have evidence, fine, but for me, I cannot remember after this transaction that I have any other transaction with you.
So, that's the nice thing. You're the witness in the box right now.
Yes.
So everything that you are obligated by law to tell us is what you know.
Yeah.
Right? So what you don't know, you can't tell us.
Oh, yeah. What
because
I don't
if you
know.
tell us something that you don't know, it may be held against you.
Yeah.
When it's their turn to come and explain, if they have evidence, they'll come with the evidence and they'll explain.
That is correct.
Right. So this session is about what you know.
Yeah.
So we stick to what you know. Right? So as far as you remembered, there would have been an outstanding amount of $59,500.
Yeah, as far as I remember.
Yes. So that's what I asked you. Did you ever chase them for that $59,500?
Of course, what I can say is, for area council, all the transactions that I have with them, they pay all my money. They did not owe me a brute. But as indicated in the transfers, that the check transfer of $400,000 was done to my account. Another $201,500 was also transferred to my account. And these transfers were withdrawn by myself. When I asked, were there any transactions that you did with me after the transaction from April to May? They told me, we had transactions with you up to August. I said, of course, for me, actually, I do not remember. But if that is the case, me, what I remember is this, definitely. I do not remember any other transaction by then.
So let's go back to the question that I had asked you. Did you chase them for the 59,500?
I said they paid all the money that they owe me before.
So if we're going by the evidence that you gave yesterday and that you're giving today as well, you only recalled the payments for the 200, the 307, and the 35. And if that is the case, and your evidence is correct, and you're not misleading the commission or anything, that means that there's a balance. So if at that time there was a balance, why did you not chase for the balance?
I never say I did not chase the balance.
So
I said,
are you saying that you chased the balance?
I'm not saying I chased the particular balance, 59,500. I said all the money that area council owe me before they paid me, either by whether we have added transaction to this transaction that makes the will make them to transfer me or other funds, fine. They paid all the money. I cannot ascertain whether it was the only $59,000 they paid me, because there was no indication in the account transfer that they transferred me $59,500. After the transfer of $35,000, they transferred $400,000, and then again from on the 12th to on the 24th of August, they transfer another $201,500, and these would have been just a mere transfer, because this is an established institution, and I also a formalized business entity. So therefore, that's why my mind refers that probably I don't remember, but there could be a transaction between me and area council that they have transferred me the form, and I will draw it, I supply them, but I don't have the evidence of those in record.
So when we spoke to you yesterday, you were adamant that you were not paid. Those monies, you don't remember, you didn't do any other transactions with the council. Adamant
mean, if you mention the word adamant, I would have considered it to be I don't remember. Not adamantly said I was not paid.
Diba, you were adamant that you did not do any transaction. I asked you several times, right? I asked you several times, and you said several times. So that is on record. That is fine. Now, you said you didn't remember the 400,000. There's no reason why they should have paid you 400,000 or that 201,500. I asked you, would that money still be in your account? And you said, well, you never touched it because you didn't know it was going to be there, so you would not have touched it. We asked you for your bank statement, which reminds me, how far have you gone to getting that bank statement?
I have not taken the bank statement yet, but I confirm with the bank. What they told me, they cannot print me, I have to go to the headquarters. I told them this morning if I have to go to Banjul, and the commission, is to get me.
The headquarters are not in Banjul.
I don't know where the headquarters is.
Did you ask?
I never asked.
So why would you just assume?
I just think it's in Banjul, but I didn't ask. They told me you have to go to headquarters to print your. Just Senegambia Johnson here. I told him, well, look, you have to help me print me this because the commission is in need of it. He told me if that is the case, then you have to go to the head. I told him I cannot go to headquarters. The movement in Combos here is very difficult now. If I have to go to the headquarters and come back before 10 o'clock, I may be late. But there is something in council that I wanted to make it clear here. You told me that I was adamantly saying I did not. I said I did not remember. That's what I said here yesterday. I'm on record. I said I don't remember. If you said I am adamantly refusing, I did not refuse. I never refused anything here. Anything that I don't understand, I would say I don't remember.
Yesterday, did you or did you not say that those were the only transactions you did with the council?
That I can remember.
You said those were the only transactions you did with the council.
That I can remember.
That's fine. We will.
That's the words I mentioned.
When you come back with your statement, we will have a printout of everything that you said.
Okay.
So that can be brought back to you.
I want to complete that.
Pardon?
I want to complete that. I went to the bank this morning.
Yes.
For them, they say they cannot print it for
That's
me.
fine.
But they
That's-
send me through my email. Council, allow me, let me just complete it. They send me through my email. That's why I wanted to tell you.
That's fine.
They
The
send me-
registrar can help you print it. Now, so you said that yesterday you said that you were unaware of the 400,000 and the 201,000. Do you remember how it was paid? Or did they tell you how it was paid?
Ma, I want to request that you-
Sorry, can we get the secretary to, the one you have, which is sent to you by email, can you forward it to
Yes,
the secretariat?
yes, I can
So
forward
that,
it.
Yes, you can have it printed.
It's here in my email.
Yes, before we get the hard copy from
Yes.
the.
But I also want to appeal that if the council can allow me, because if you ask questions, if I am answering questions, then you cut me, say, no, you didn't say that. You sometimes, because I'm a human being.
Yes.
So if the council will not allow me to explain what I want to explain, probably you will not understand what I want to say. Because you ask me questions, and I have to answer. You ask me, I want to say, you say, no, you have to.
Yes.
I will appeal
yes,
that
yes.
the council understand that if you ask questions, you allow me answer my question.
Yes, Mr. Diba, we have heard you, and we will give you all the opportunity to explain yourself explicitly, and where we need to remind you of what you have said, we will do so. But we will definitely give you the opportunity to really explain everything that you need to explain, because that is why when we don't understand your evidence, we ask you to explain again, and you explain so that we can understand, right?
I will appreciate
Yes.
that.
Yes, thank you.
So, Chair,
Yes,
I don't know whether it would be appropriate to stand down until we get the statement, or I'll be guided by the Commission.
You want us to stand down a minute, but he can.
Yeah, he
Where-
said he has
where-
it on email.
Yes,
it's
it's-
sent to you.
It's sent
Yes,
to
we
me.
could give you an email address now where you send it, and then
Yeah,
you-
right now.
If you have internet there, we can give you an email address.
Yeah, I
where you
have
can send
internet
it.
in my mouth. Just give
Yes,
me the email address. I send it right
Can
now.
you give him Lute's email address? Yes, yes. Give him that email address. Just a minute. He can give them the email address. He can.
Yeah.
Yes, and when we get it, I would need to review it,
Yes.
which is why I was asking for a stand-up. Perhaps just 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes.
Then why don't you ask further questions while this is been printed? When it's brought in, or
I would insist on a stand-up. I'm grateful.
all right, we'll take 10 minutes to allow them to print the statement.
I'm grateful.
Can we rise for 10 minutes?
Mr. Witness, you may kindly sit down. Madam Chair, for us to proceed, I hand over the witness to you.
Thank you. I'm grateful. Now, Mr. Diba, thank you for providing the statement. I'll just show it to you to confirm that this is what was sent to you and was printed by the registrar. Is that the statement? Mr. Diba?
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
This is it.
Assistant Registrar, can I have the statement, please? Chairperson, I'd like to tender the Guarantee Trust Bank statement of the witness as an exhibit.
The current account of Almamu Diba covering the period 1st January 2020 to 31st of December 2020 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/AD/MKAC/002.
As Commission pleases.
Mr. Diba,
No?
the statement you gave us is just covering period January to December 2020.
Yes.
When did you open this? Was it in January 2020 you opened
Yes,
it?
that is correct.
Yes, we would request that you give us a statement January 2020 to January 2023, end of January 2023.
Okay.
Yes.
So you will need the statement
Complete statement.
from January 2020 to January 2023.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'll
Yes.
provide that.
Yes. Just make this correction. The exhibits we admitted yesterday, the numbering was up to 4. So we are amending the number for the GT Guarantee Trust Bank current account statement to now read LGC/AD/MKAC/004 instead of 005 instead of 002.
As the Commission pleases, we're grateful. So, Mr. Diba, So when you were paid on the 28th of April 2020, you withdrew sorry, let me just start. You were paid $200,000 on the 28th of April 2020, and your account balance went to $201,605.68 bututs. On the same 28th of April 2020, you withdrew the $200,000. Is that right?
Yes.
On the 2nd of May 2020, the amount of $307,000 was deposited into your account, giving you a balance of $307,852. Sorry, $307,852.43 bututs. And on the same 2nd of May, you withdrew the $307,000, leaving $852.43 bututs. Is that right?
Yes.
On the 19th of May 2020, they deposited the amount of $35,000 into your account, and that gave you a balance of $35,852.43 bututs. Is that right?
Yes.
And on that same 19th of May, you withdrew the sum of $33,000. So it's like you didn't use this account for much other than these transactions. Would that be right?
Yes, I did it for other transactions, if you could see.
You used it for other transactions?
Yeah, because when I supply them, they pay me through the GT Bank account. So I go there and withdraw the money for my business transaction.
No, what I'm asking is this bank account that you have, this GT Bank account, you didn't use it for much other than these transactions?
Yes, that is correct. Because I wouldn't say I didn't use it much for all these transactions, because this account was open since January.
This account was what? Can you speak into the mic, please?
I said this account was open since January 2020, and there were deposits before the COVID money was transferred there, and those deposits were transactions. So if you say I don't use it for only this transaction, I wouldn't agree to that.
I said you didn't use it for much more than these transactions. So from January 2020, you had, or rather in January 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you had 12 transactions in January 2020, and 2 of those were maybe $10,000, one was $25,000. The rest are like $1,400, $500, $1,900, $5,000. Yeah. So there weren't that many transactions, or at least not many significant transactions in your account from January to this transaction in April 2020. Is that right?
Maybe you consider it not significant to you, but the transactions were significant.
Significant, Mr. Dibba, compared to the $200,000 that entered your account. Other than that, the highest transaction that you had in this account that went into the account was $25,000.
The transactions were taking place in this account before the COVID funds.
So can you compare 25,000 to 200,000? Are they comparable to you?
I'm not saying they are comparable.
So I said significant in comparison to the 200,000 that entered your account.
But you say I didn't use it for much
Can
transactions.
you answer, please?
Well, anyway, the transactions were taking place in this account.
Okay. So we've established that you withdrew the monies as soon as they entered the account on the same dates. Now after that, $35,000 is the next transaction. So the $35,000 is deposited on the 19th of May. Your next transaction was on the 13th of June 2020, and it was a deposit, or rather your next deposit. It was a deposit of $2,075. And then after the 13th of June, the next transaction was 3rd of July 2020, and it was for $2,665. After that, 4th of July, $1,500. 18th of July, $1,000. 20th of July, $500. 22nd of July, $1,500. 6th of August, $575 until the deposit of the 12th of August of $400,000. Now, when that deposit hit your account on the 12th of August, on the same 12th of August, you withdrew $410,000, leaving $10,000, leaving a balance of $1,408.18 butut. On the 24th of August, there was a deposit of $5,000, giving you a balance of $6,408.18 bututs. On the 24th of August again, the deposit of $201,500 went into your account from Mansakonko Area Council, giving you a balance of $207,908.18 bututs. On that same 24th day of August 2020, you withdrew $206,000, leaving you a balance of $1,907.18 bututs. Now, all the transactions after that date were 1,907, 1,906. They were all withdrawals or charges until you had a minus balance. So other than those significant transactions, you didn't actually have much transactions in this account. Is that right?
This will show you that this account, the transactions were mainly myself, because Mansakonko Area Council COVID transactions were only 5 or 6. They were not more than that. So myself, the transactions that I did in this account went up to more than 20 transactions. So if you say transactions, I don't know whether if you mean by the huge amount of money that is poured into this account. Yes, I didn't put much money into this account because I don't have those monies with me. The money that were coming to this account were mainly for the transactions that I will deliver service for Mansakonko Area Council, and they will put the money to my account. I go and withdraw it. I do it for the purpose of that money. So basically, the deposits were made into this account several times, and those deposits were not done by Mansakonko Area Council.
Do you have a business account?
Whether?
Do you have a business account other than this account?
Not with GT.
With another bank?
Yes.
Which bank?
Trust Bank.
Only Trust Bank?
I have business account with Trust Bank, yes.
Do you only have an account in Trust Bank?
For business account. You said business account.
Do you only have a business account with Trust Bank?
I have savings account there.
Do you have a savings account with Trust Bank?
Yeah.
Which other banks do you bank with?
These are the banks that I'm banking.
Only Trust Bank and Guarantee Trust Bank?
Yes.
Thank you. Now let me show you this document. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you tell us what that is?
This is a receipt of $400,000
From who? And to whom?
from Nemasu Enterprise
To whom?
to Mansakonko Area Council.
And what's it supposed to be for?
Let me see, food stuff.
Did you issue that receipt?
I issued this receipt.
And it's for the $400,000 that was paid into your account?
Probably it could be. This is what I was saying that I didn't remember.
Did you issue them another receipt for the 200,000? 201,500?
It could be, but definitely I did not remember.
Okay. Chairperson, I apply to tender the receipt. Is that dated the 11th of August?
I think so. Let me see. I didn't realize. Yeah, this is 11 August
2020?
2020.
Chairperson, I apply to tender the receipt from Nemasu Enterprise to Mansakonko Area Council for the amount of $400,000.
A receipt dated 11th of August 2020, receipt number 00539, issued to Mansakonko Area Council for the sum of 400,000 from Nemasu Enterprise, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/AD/MKSC/006.
As a commission, please, I'm grateful. Mr. Diba, did the council ever withhold taxes from the amounts that they owed you?
I didn't get that.
Did the council ever withhold tax from the amounts that they owed you, that they had to pay you?
Whether they
Do you know what withholding tax is?
withholding tax, yes.
Okay, so did they withhold tax from the sums that they were to pay you?
Well, that depends on the area council because actually when I made transaction for them, the first thing, if I ask for my payment, what they will ask is issue us a receipt, and then I will issue the receipt. They make payment through the check, I go and withdraw the money. But basically, whether they take the withholding tax or not, I cannot ascertain that. I don't know.
Did they pay you all your monies?
Masakuma area council pay me all the money that they owe me.
Okay, so do you know how withholding tax works?
Yeah, of course I know the withholding
So
tax.
tell us what you think or how you think it works.
I think it's 10% of every $100. Every this thing, 1% of every transaction, every $100 should be the withholding tax, or 10% probably.
And how does it work?
Well, I don't know how it works.
Okay, so they withhold 10% of whatever it is that they owe you. They withhold 10% of your contract sum, and they pay that to GRA.
Okay.
So if they paid you all of your monies, it means they didn't withhold, right?
Well,
Because you said they paid you everything that they owed you.
of course.
So they didn't withhold any tax from your amounts.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Did you declare these amounts to GRA?
GRA. For 2020, I paid a lot of money to GRA because GRA normally we do the payment according to our sales. So we'll have our records, and then according to our records, 2.5% of your sales will be paid as tax, as income tax.
Are your accounts audited or unaudited?
No, my account is not audited.
Okay. So when you were declaring the amounts that you made for that year, were these amounts included?
I'm sure because all the records, my sales record, I'll present all my sales record to GRA, and GRA will do the calculation and tell me the amount that you're supposed to pay. Then I pay.
So they tell you how much you're supposed to pay, and then you pay.
I pay. They give me receipt.
And did you get a tax clearance certificate
Whether I get the tax clearance certificate?
for that
Yes.
year? So I'm asking because these transactions are transactions that you cannot justify to us because you're not able to provide the invoices, the receipts for all of them, and you don't remember all the transactions. So I'm just asking, what records did you provide to GRA?
The records that we normally provide to GRA.
What records did you provide? So in 2020, or at the end of 2020, what records did you provide to GRA in respect of these transactions?
Okay, in helping you with that, you said I did not provide receipt or invoices. Of course, I did not have them with me, and I also clarified that I don't remember. But as you can see, when you show me this receipt, immediately I remember. I am the one who issued this receipt. No, actually, I did not provide the receipt, but I don't remember that I provided invoices for other transactions. All the transactions that I do with GRA, what I normally do, because they do the quarterly collection. Every 3 months, you will be asked for, at the last 31st day of every 3 months, you will have to submit your quarterly sales to GRA, and they will do the calculation. So what we do, we will take our record to GRA, our sales records, and they will do the calculation for the total sales, and you pay 2.5% of that amount as tax, income tax.
So would you have sent your receipts?
Yes, they will give you receipt.
No. Would you have sent your receipts to show the sales? Or what exactly do you send that shows the sales that you have conducted for that year?
I normally don't send. I went to GRA myself with my records.
So when I say send, either you went or somebody went, but what did you give to GRA?
Yeah, what I understand the word send, it means you send it while you did not present yourself. That's why I answer it that way.
That's
So
fine.
I go there by myself, I present the sales record.
Okay, so your sales records, what do they look like?
It looks like my monthly sales. If I sell for 1 month, I will have my records, daily sale, until after 1 month, I record the total. Then I sell until after the second month, up to the last three months, quarterly. Then I will take that record, sales record to GRA. They will look at every day sales and also the total amount for 1 month. They check everything. If it is okay, they go to the other month until all the 3 months. Then they calculate the total sales. If it is the amount, like example, if it is $100,000, they will charge you 2.5% of that amount as income tax. That's what happens with me and GRA.
So what I'm asking really is, where do you record these sales? The sales that you have conducted for that. So say for a month, where do you record these sales?
Where I normally record these. I
Your
record
sales.
them in my books, my record books.
Okay, so you have books where you record all these
I
things.
have my records books with me in my shop, where I do record my sales.
So what would you record? The name of the person that you had the transaction with, and the amount, the date. What would you record in that?
Yeah, that's what exactly normally I record. Like but I don't normally record the customer name there. That one has to be clear. I cannot record all the customers' name in my sales record. I only record the number of sales, the amount of sales you make that particular day. I recorded that. I write the date and then the amount that I sell, not the customers.
So would you record the amount on the day you receive the money, or on the day that you make the sale without receiving the money?
The amount that I receive that date. If sometimes you will receive the money not in cash. Like when I make a sales of, example, $400,000, but it's in check. But the check was given to me on the 11th. So I will write that on the 11th that I received $400,000, and that's a sales. I will record it as sales, even though the cash I did not have it in cash, but I will still record it as sales because already the check is with me.
So what I'm asking you more specifically is, so say in this instance, right, the council has given you an advance, so your contract is for maybe, so say that 601,500 and 425,750, right? Now the 425,750, they only paid you 200,000. You've issued the receipt for the whole amount. What are you putting in your book? Are you putting the 200,000 that you were paid, or are you putting the 425,000 that you were not paid?
I'll put the 200,000 that I received.
So the one that you received is what you will record.
That's what I
and
said.
you record it when you receive it. So this book would be in your shop?
Of course, I believe it will be from 2020. I don't know whether it will be there, but I have all my records book. I believe I have all of them.
So we would ask you to check for the record for 2020 and 2021 and provide that to us.
You mean I should provide my sales record?
Yes.
From?
2020. You've already said that you're not sure, but we would ask that you check properly and provide it to the commission.
Okay.
Thank you. And then, so the amounts that your receipt, so if we assume that the invoice that you gave to, both invoices are right, assuming that both invoices are right, and there's a sale of 601,500 for one, and 425,000 for the other, right? the amount, can you just check how much the amount would be? Let me just find the correct figures to give you. Are you ready?
I should calculate that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So you have 601,500. And then the other one
Wait a minute, please. 601,000.
500.
Okay.
Then 425,750. So how much is that? Like
That
adding
is-
them together?
1,027,250.
1,027,250.
250.
Now, if you add up the amounts that were paid to you from that 28th of April to 24th of August, I don't know whether you need the amounts, or let me give you the statement so that, Assistant Registrar? Can you add those as well, please? Are you done?
Yes, the calculation.
Can you tell us what the difference is between those two?
Okay, this one is supposed to be 1,143,500
So it's like they paid you 1,143,500
to my account.
into your account.
Yes.
And then the amounts that you have invoices for is 1,027,250.
Yeah, 1,027,250.
And if you subtract the amounts that you have invoices for from the amounts that you were paid, what's the difference?
The difference would be 116,250.
116,250.
Yes.
So that would mean that there's a discrepancy in terms of you would owe the council 116,250 unless you're able to show us that there are supplies that you made to that effect, right?
Okay, this will show that, of course, I would be owing council 116,250. But I wouldn't believe I owe council because, as I said before, this transaction, this last transaction that you mentioned here, these were the transactions that I never remember that it took place. Either I have even given an invoice or receipt. So the first invoice that I gave to council was 425,750. That was the first invoice I gave it to council. But there was no receipt that shows that they pay me 425,750. I did not issue that receipt. The receipt that I saw here was 601,500. So I don't know whether I don't remember whether I issued receipt of 425,750, and then together with the 601,500, and then put together this amount will give you 1,027,250, $1,027,250. So I don't know whether that was the transaction put together, or because during the transaction, I said here, I was called by council. I went there to make arrangement of some of because council's request stuffs were only rice and oil. The sugar was never part of it. So when I was called for this arrangement, we made the arrangement. So that's what I said. Probably the $425,000 first invoice could be rejected. And we maybe could be rejected, and then we consider the $1,500. Because
wait a minute. I'm losing track of what you're saying.
Yes.
But if I can get your last phrase, are you suggesting to this commission that we should reject a receipt, a transaction that you did with council, because you forget?
No.
Or you have forgotten?
No.
Or you did not remember?
No, I don't say you reject. I said, from the issuance of the invoices, I first issue invoice of $425,750 to council.
Yes.
But that $425,000 was mainly for 655 bags of rice.
Yes.
But if you see the other invoices, 400 and...
Can you be specific, because the
Yes.
invoices we have...
I'm coming there.
No, just hang on. Please refer to the correct invoices, because we have admitted them in evidence so that we can follow your evidence.
That was the...
Please, Registrar, can you give him the invoices from council?
Okay.
I believe these are the only two invoices that we have.
Yes.
That you have invoiced.
I have invoiced
the council.
Yes.
Okay, so which one amongst them are you referring to?
Okay, I'm referring to this one, which was dated 29 April.
Yes.
This was 425,750.
Yes.
But it's mainly for 655 bags of rice,
Okay.
small rice.
Yeah.
But if you come to these other invoices, which was dated 11 August, the bag of rice that was mentioned here is 400 instead of 655. So that's what I mean by, I don't know, and I'm not sure, because I don't remember, whether the 655, because I said these 655 bags were later arranged, because sugar was not part of our discussion. So the arrangement was done between me and council so that I can also provide them sugar and reduce the rice and oil. Because the first invoice indicated there are 655 bags. But the second invoice is when the arrangement was done, we updated this invoice. The rice was 400 bags and the oil is supposed to be 200. Sugar goes to 100. And initially sugar was not part of our arrangement.
We requested that you bring us the agreement that you signed with the council. Do you still have the agreement? Or did you look for it?
Yesterday when they asked me here, I told them I don't have the agreement.
You don't have the agreement?
No, I don't have the agreement.
Okay. Yes, take back you can continue.
So can I just be guided? Because yesterday you were saying that the invoice of the 11th of August is the updated invoice of the 29th of April.
And I still maintain that.
You still maintain that?
Yes.
So if this one is the updated one of that, then it would stand to reason that this was all you were entitled to be paid.
That was the updated one
Of this,
one.
not in addition.
Not in addition, but before, if you could see, on the 29th April, these people already make a advance.
Sorry, Mr. Diba. Don't put yourself in problem. If you want to maintain that single receipt, you understand? Please know the implication of what you are doing. All right? If you don't want to jointly take them together, know the implication of what you are answering. All right? Please think and recollect and answer properly. All right? You can continue.
Fine. What I said is $425,000 was mainly for 655 bags of rice, 25 kilo. But later, I was asked to make arrangement with them since sugar was not part of the arrangement, the order. So I could include the sugar and reduce the rice. That's what we did for the first time. But after payment of $601,500, I don't remember any other transaction. Already I issued them invoices not received. Invoice of $425,000 for 655 bag of rice. Later on the 11th of August, if you could see, there was no invoices, but receipt of $400,000. I did not remember this before, that whether I have transactions of $400,000 for foodstuffs. But the invoices, if I am shown any invoices that I provided for council, I will remember. But I don't remember issuing any other invoices apart from these two invoices. The 425 and the 601,500. That's I remember. These are the invoices I submitted.
Council, you may continue.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. So, you had said yesterday that you supplied them the 655 bags of rice, and then at some point when they were distributing the rice, they realized that the rice was short, right? It wasn't enough, and you had to supply them more. So can you reconcile that with what you've just said?
Maybe, I don't know what I will say again, because I said this several times. I said they called me to make an arrangement. Sugar was not part of the order. They asked me to give them the sugar now instead of the 655 bag of rice. I said this several times. I don't know whether you want to put another word in my mouth.
Mr. Deba, yesterday you said the rice was not enough. Did you say that or did you not say that?
I said that before.
Okay.
But later I told you.
Are you saying that you changed that? Is that not what happened?
Not even today I'm changing that, but yesterday
Okay.
I told you, when you saw me the second invoice, I told you, okay, I now remember. Because the other sugar were not part of, sugar was not part of it. So, but these people, the call I was saying that they called me to give them more was in fact the arrangement for me to give them the sugar also and reduce the diet, and then we make the arrangement, we did the calculation for the amount to be 1,500, then they pay me that, and then I could give them the sugar instead of the 650 bag. Even yesterday I said this here.
Yes,
So I'm not changing today.
I recall you saying that. So you were saying what you said yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong. This 655 bags is subsumed into this 601,000. You took back some rice and gave sugar and oil, right? Is that right or is that wrong?
Yeah, yes.
That's
so.
right. And that's why this is an updated invoice of this.
Yes, that should be.
Right? So the payments for all of this is inside this.
It should be, yes.
Right? So now, what
yes. The payment of the $425,000
is inside here.
should be there.
Inside that 601,500.
Yeah. Because I remember that should be the updated invoice. Yes.
Right? So that's the thing, right? So when I was asking you the questions, I combined these two. And these two gave you the 1,027,250. But from what you're saying now, this 425 should not even be added. It's 601,500.
Because since that is the updated one.
Yes.
Yes.
So if that is the case, that means that the payments of 1,143,500 into your account should be 601,500 instead, which means that there's an excess.
No,
right?
because there are other receipts that indicate $400,000 already, which I did not remember before.
So you had issued a receipt of 425,000 at the time that you were not paid 425,000. Do you recall us going through that yesterday?
Yes, we went through that.
And then you issued a receipt of 400,000 after you were paid the 400,000.
Yes.
Right? So now, whatever the case is, there's an excess. Now, you need to provide us the documents to verify that excess, that you don't actually owe the council that excess.
Okay, I wouldn't refuse, but I will also feel that if there is any other evidence that I should provide, then I should go back to council. If there is any evidence that council should show me, because council cannot give me since 2020. They pay me this amount, and they knew that I'm owing them. Nobody asked me about. I don't think so, but that is not the responsibility of the commission. I believe that should be my responsibility and the council. Okay. The only thing that I will still maintain is there could be a transaction, because yesterday we didn't touch the $201,500, which I don't know whether that's a transaction or not. I don't know. I don't remember yet. Yeah. So probably there could be a transaction which I don't remember.
So you see, from yesterday to today, essentially, I've been giving you an opportunity to provide whatever it is that you can provide to back up what you've said, right? I've asked you for your records that would show that you actually had transactions, your book where you enter the sales, right? So whatever documentation that you have is your responsibility to provide. That will show that you're actually entitled to the $1,143,500 in your account. Obviously, if you can't provide those documentation, it shows that from what we have so far shows that you owe the council. So it is an obligation on you to prove that you don't actually owe the council. So when you have those documents, you can let the registrar know, and we will hear you. But for now, my colleague has questions for you.
Sorry, before you come in. Mr. Diba?
Yes.
Looking at your statement, would I be correct to say that this account was not opened in January?
From my statement?
Yes. Please look at the statement in your phone.
Statement is not here.
Yes, this statement of account. And who is this Habib Kale? Does he work at the council?
Who?
Habib Kale.
Habib Kale. I don't even know who is Habib Kale.
You don't know?
I don't know Habib Kale.
Please check on your statement. Yes, the first transaction on the dated the 6th of January.
6th of January.
Yes.
And it's $10,000 a credit.
Yes. You said you don't know this Habib Kale?
I don't remember him.
Does he work with, do you know whether he works with the council?
No, I don't remember anybody working with council name Habib Kale.
Okay. So now let's go back to the question.
Okay.
Would I be correct to say that this account was not opened in January, as you said? Because if you look at the writings on top, the right-hand corner, it says your opening balance is 1,943.65, and what is printed here is starting from 6th of January 2020. You would see that there was a credit made on that 6th, giving you a balance credit of 11,943.65. This clearly shows that the account was operating before January. Am I correct?
Well, it could be January still, because this date does not indicate 1st January.
Yes, because if it was prior to this date, right? It will indicate you opening the opening balance would have been your credit. Yes, would not have been 10,000. It would have been 1,943. Then your second transaction might have been on the 6th of January 2020, which will give you a credit balance of 11,943.85.
Yeah, I understand that.
You understand what I mean?
I understand.
So which means there is further information that ought to have been here
That did not
for us to be ascertain that actually you opened this account on the 1st of January.
Now, what I will...
We want, if it was in existence before January, please provide the time you opened the account, because the transactions from the bank would show when you started the account.
Okay.
Because this we can access from the bank.
Yeah, what I do this morning was,
Yes.
when I went there,
Yes.
I just asked the guy
them
to help
print for
me
you.
send me from January. In fact, I told him from 1st January,
Yes.
but I didn't even look at this, whether you printed on the 6th.
So I just wanted to draw your attention to
Okay.
that. Then the other two questions that I want to ask you. You were remitted 10,000 from the central bank. Was this also a transaction with the council?
No, council 10,000.
Yes,
Central Bank.
yes. Look at 10th of January, transfer between customer from Trust Bank from Central Bank of Gambia to Almamo, Nemasu Enterprise.
Corporate.
Yes. Transfer between customer.
Customer DC.
Yes.
From Taylor, from Central
Yes,
Bank.
direct credit, yes.
I don't think this is cancelled. I don't remember who is it, but I don't think this is cancelled.
And you further receive again, with that same narration, you received one from on the 28th of January. The same narration from Trust Bank. This one also you cannot remember?
No,
The
this
25,000?
Yeah, I now remember. These were mobile app transfers. It's one of my friend who transferred this money to my account.
So both the 10,000 and the 25,000?
I could remember, yeah, it's one of my friend who transferred this, not cancelled. It's bank to bank transfer, from GT Bank to Trust Bank, or from Trust Bank to GT Bank.
Okay.
Yeah, these were not cancelled.
All right, Council, we may proceed.
Yes.
So you bring us the actual statement.
Now, from the day, opening date
Opening date to January 2023.
2023, inshallah, I will provide that.
Yes. Okay.
Any other question before I proceed?
Yes, you can proceed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Diba. Mr. Diba, how are you?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Malaikum assalam. I'll be asking you questions. Probably some will be repeated questions that my lead counsel had asked you, but I will still request for an answer. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, sir?
I understand.
I will ask you questions, and probably some will be repeated, probably have been asked by the lead counsel, and I will still request an answer. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah, I understand when you say you want to ask me a question.
I will ask you questions that may be repeated, that have been asked before, but I will still request your answer. Do you understand what I am saying, sir?
I understand.
Thank you. Now, how many transactions have you done with Master Concrete Council?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yes.
Do you have a relationship with anyone in Master Concrete Council?
No.
Do you run a company?
No.
Your business, do you have staff?
I said I have part-time staffs, not full-time. Full-time is only myself.
How many?
Part-time,
Yes.
2.
The names, please, sir?
The names were Bakar Diba
Yes.
and Fatou Sedikan.
Were they working for you during the time that you were supplying the rice to Master Concrete Council?
Yeah, they are doing the part-time job.
They were?
They are doing the part-time work.
Were they with you during the time that you were supplying the rice to Master Concrete Council?
Yes.
Both of the two of them?
2 of them, Fatou normally comes to the shop late because she cooks at home. After cooking, sometimes she will come to the shop.
Did they attend the meetings that you have had with Masakongo Area Council?
None of my part-time staff ever attended meeting with Masakongo.
Did they ever deal with Masakongo Area Council at any given point in time?
I cannot remember.
So would it be fair to say that they never dealt with Masakongo Area Council?
I cannot remember.
Now, when did you register with GPPA?
2020.
2020.
Yes.
The GPPA, they testified here, and they had said that you had supplied 655 bags of rice and an amount of 4 million plus. Were you aware of that?
I heard this on the news.
And you responded?
I responded.
How did you respond?
Through the media.
Let me show you a copy of your response, and please advise me whether that will be your correct response. Will that be what you have responded?
Allow me to go through it.
Yes, give them all good copies.
This was posted by Soma Gambia, but my response was through the Fatu network. So the Soma Gambia post will not be, I will not confirm that as my response. My response, I did it through Fatu network. When I contacted them, I told them I saw a news bulletin coming from your media.
Wait a minute, just take your time. You had responded through Fatu network?
Yes.
And it is through Soma Gambia?
I don't know who brought it to Soma Gambia.
Just take your time, sir.
Okay.
Read the content. Read the content, please. Can you read the content loud?
I can read the content, but there is something I want to also...
When I ask you a question, you answer the question. If you have a comment, then you can make a comment. Now I have asked that you read the content. So
I should read the content?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read this content. Nemasu Enterprise CEO Almamo Diba.
Please speak louder.
Nemasu Enterprise CEO Almamo Diba respond to Gambia Public Procurement Authority reads below his statement. A blatant of Mr. Ibrahim Asanya, the director of the Gambia Public Procurement Authority.
No, Mr. Diba, read it correctly, because that is not what we see on the paper.
A blatant of Mr. Ibrahim Asanya.
It's not blatant of, a blatant lie.
A blatant lie of Mr. Ibrahim Asanya, the director of the Gambia Public Procurement Authority, GPPA, that in 2020, Mansakonko Area Council, I don't know, there is something on this, I cannot know that. Purchased 655 bags of rice amounting to $4,025,750 from a supplier, Nemasu Enterprise, which means that each bag of rice costs
a little over $6 million. $6,000.
Oh, 6,000, sorry. Anyone with a 5 common sense will know that this is not true. Nemasu Enterprise sold each bag of rice to Mansakonko Area Council an amount of $650, and the said bags were 25 kilo, and I don't understand here because it's.
And the total was?
And the total was 425,750. Mr. Sanyam further said that the said company, Nemasu Enterprise, was not registered with GPPA.
Yes.
This is the biggest lie ever. In April 2020, Nemasu Enterprise renewed its registration with GPPA certificate of goods that allows him to, that allows him, the
Allow
that
the
allows
company
the
to participate.
that allowed the company. The writings are not clear. That's
I understand.
why.
That's why I'm helping you, sir.
The company allowed the company to take part. I don't know, take part, I don't know.
To
It's not clear.
participate.
Participate, okay, you don't see. Participate in any contract bidding throughout the Gambia. Below is the certificate of registration of Nemasu Enterprise from the GPPA.
Can someone help me
Can someone help me
share?
this with the FATU network? Because I am disappointed that the media should seek clarity from the companies instead, I don't know,
Or institutions.
or institutions that are accused of such malpractices.
So this was the basis of your denial of the evidence of GPA. Is that correct?
You said?
This is the crux of your denial.
What do you mean by crops?
This forms the basis of your denial of the evidence of GPA. Number one, that you were not paid $4 million or thereabout, as far as the records show. And number two, that you in fact registered. When GPA said you did not register, your point was you registered.
I was confirming that I was never paid $4 million, and to say that my business is not registered was incorrect.
Yes. Can I have that, please? We will apply to tender the post denying the allegation or denying the evidence, because there was no allegation. GPA was just reporting based on their reviews of the documents as they had found at Mansakongo Area Council. And so the allegation was not with respect to the witness. And so we applied to have it tendered in evidence.
I didn't hear your last this. You said?
I am addressing the commissioners. I am saying that the evidence of GPPA was as per reviews that they had found in Mansakongo Area Council.
You mentioned the evidence source. That's why I asked. I normally know you are.
So we applied to have it tendered in evidence as an exhibit. Maybe that's what you have asked, sir.
A newspaper cutting contained or published in Soma, Gambia, with the caption Nemasu Enterprise CEO Almame Diba response to the Gambia Public Procurement Authority is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/AD/MKAC/007.
As the commission places. Now, just for the record, the idea that 655 bags of rice was procured at an amount of 4 million as evidence in the GPPA review for 2020-2021 was not true. As far as you are concerned, your post says that Nemasu Enterprise sold each bag of rice to Massachusetts Area Council an amount of $650, and the said bags were 25 kilogram, and the total was $425,750. Is that correct, sir?
That during the time of the response.
Yes.
That was what I remember.
Yes.
That I sold them.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. During the time of the response, what I remember was I provided them the rice with an amount of 655. But during this time,
can we stick to the response first, and then we will get to where you want us to get to?
okay, this was what I was.
In the response, that part is false. That part of the response is false.
That part of the response.
Response that you had supplied them 600. You have supplied them 650 bags of rice, and you were paid $425,750 was not true.
Well, that was not true.
Yes.
It couldn't be true because already I knew that I provided the rice, but not actually the 655. But the time of the response, that's what I remember.
I'm strictly limited myself to the response first.
Yes.
So that part of the response could not be true.
Whether it could not be true.
At the time.
But as I said, that's what I remember. So I cannot say that's not
Answer
true.
the question, we move on, sir.
Well, that's what I remember.
Yes, but it is not true at the time.
That's what I remember anyway.
Was it true or not, sir?
That's what I remember, sir.
So was it true?
Me, this is what I remember. That's when I was making the response.
Mr. Diba, I think we will do justice to both sides when we answer the question. As for what is on the document, what he is asking you is that as of what is contained in this document, would it not be said to have been the untrue facts as you discover them now? That this was not the factual situation?
Okay. Welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because you have explained.
I have explained.
Sorry. We understand because it is your evidence. It is not our evidence. It is you that will tell us. If we put across documents things that are very clear, we expect you to answer us, you understand, based on what we have put to you. So what he is saying is that this cannot be true as at the time you were saying it. Is that not the case?
I would want to say, I don't know if I will say it's not true because.
No, but it has to be either two things, Mr. Ture. You know better than I do.
So I should say, you mean the answer should be?
I cannot suggest answers to you, but you know better than I do what you have said yesterday and today, up to now, and what is contained here, whether it's true or not true, because there are only two sides of the coin.
Now.
And there could really be a middle point in this instant. That is what I'm getting across to you.
It could be true in one aspect, and it could not be true in other one.
Yes.
Why I say this? Because even the invoices that I provided to Masaka Congo Area Council, it indicated that the evidence that I discussed or I provided the rice of 25 kilo for $425,000 for 650, and that part will show you that it's true. My response was true, but later on, the second
Yes,
invoices.
So we have gotten that evidence. That one is very clear.
So
now, here in this instant, what he is asking is that is this true or is it not true? As at the time you were stating this?
When I was stating this,
yes,
what I remember was true, that I provided them rights for 650.
So, but
50,000.
now,
Now,
what is your now perception?
Now
this?
my perception is
That is not correct.
that is not correct.
The statement you made at that time was not correct.
Was not correct, yes.
Because now you are reminded of what has transpired.
Exactly.
Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Diba, I will still ask it again because that is my style. I'm sorry. That statement is not correct. Do you agree?
I already said.
Can you answer the question?
Yes.
Thank you. Now the second part is when you said you registered, in fact you renewed your registration in 2020. When did you first register with GPPA?
2020.
When did you first register with GPPA?
2020.
So in 2020,
First question?
see, if you are not listening and you are not intending to answer questions genuinely, this is what will happen. When did you first register with GPPA?
Are you saying I'm not intending to answer question?
Can you please answer the question, sir?
I registered with GPPA April 2020.
Now, when did you first register with GPPA?
I registered with GPPA April 2020.
Was that the first time, sir?
Yes.
You had said that you renewed your registration in 2020, April.
That was not correct.
That was not correct.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So your entire reply, when you went on social media, decided to reply, was totally false. But then you know what happened? We will now see when you had registered with GPPA. Your first time. You only registered with GPPA after you were awarded the contract. Is that not correct, sir?
That is not correct.
Okay, let's now look at the document. When exactly did you register with GPPA? Your registration date states on the 28th of April 2020. Would that be correct, sir?
Yes.
28th of April 2020, you registered with GPPA. When were you first paid?
Where?
When were you first paid by Massachusetts Area Council?
I cannot say it if I don't see it, but I think it's 28 or 29.
You were paid on the 29th of April 2020.
Okay.
But then
And 28.
the same day, sorry. You were paid on the 28th day of April 2020. Would that be true, sir?
Yes, that will be true.
The same day you purportedly registered with GPA.
Okay.
Is that not correct, sir?
Yes, that is correct.
When did you see the advertisement?
When I see the advertisement
Yes.
was before.
When did you go to Massachusetts Area Council?
I submitted my applications before.
When?
I cannot remember the date.
When were you awarded the contract?
I was awarded the contract on the 28th after my registration.
On the 28th of?
On the 28th of April
You were awarded the contract on the 28th of April.
after my registration.
Where is the contract, sir?
Huh?
Where is the contract?
I don't have contract.
You don't have the contract.
I don't have the contract.
So but you awarded the contract on that same day.
I was awarded the contract on the same day that after my registration.
But when you applied for this particular contract, that was way before 28.
Yes.
By the time you had no registration with GPA,
I did not submit the registration, but I submitted my application later. I know I will register.
why did you not submit the registration?
By that time I don't have the registration, but I know I will register because I know that the requirements were you have to register before you'll be awarded.
Do you have your statement, sir?
Whether?
Your statement. Can you show the witness the statement, please? The witness statement. Can you please read the second paragraph?
The second paragraph.
Yes.
In 2020.
Yes.
Okay. In 2020, I remember that this is not clear. Honestly, it's not clear. I'm not seeing it clearly. I remember
Let me read.
I saw
We will give you another one, sir.
a Facebook. Oh yes, I remember I saw a Facebook post by Soma Gambia and radio program by Soma Gambia and radio program at Soma Community. Okay, correct. Correct. In 2020, I remember that I saw a Facebook post by Soma Gambia and the radio program at Soma Community Radio announcing that Masakongo Area Council was looking for potential suppliers of supply rice in respect of COVID support, to which I responded with an application submitted to the procurement officer, Officer Ibrahim Sedili of the council. I was called for a meeting by the Chief Executive Officer, Pase Chise, at the council to review my proposal and further discussion on the specification and pricing. During a meeting with the two procurement officials of the council, we agree on the supply of per bag, totaling the sum of 400
No,
and
Mr.
655 bags of rice, 25 kilograms at $650 per bag, totaling the sum of $425,000. $425,000 is $750. Afterward, I requested an advance payment upon which the council paid the sum of $225,000 from the council's GT Bank account to my business account of GT Bank. I deliver the total number of bags of rice to the council and issue a delivery note to the procurement officer, Ibrahim Sedili, and subsequently the outstanding balance of $207,750.
Now let me
was
ask you.
paid.
Let me ask you. How many times did you have a meeting with the area council when you saw the notice on Facebook?
The only meeting I have after I submitted my application.
How many times? See, when I ask you a question, please answer my question. It's a very direct question. How many times, how many meetings did you have with the area council after you have seen the post?
After I've seen the post?
Yes.
I remember it was 2 or 3, something like that.
2 or 3 times?
Yeah, 2 or 3. I cannot ascertain actually, but 2 or 3.
The first time you had the meeting was when you saw the post and you went to the area council. Is that correct?
I did not just go to the council. I submitted my application.
Yes. And then the first meeting you had, what was it about?
Was about, they called me for questioning. Yeah, I remember.
And then when did you discuss the specifications and the pricing?
Was later on when I was awarded, because when I called for questioning about my application, they asked me a lot of things.
When the situation changes, you want to change your story?
Counsel, I'm a human being. When I give a statement to the investigators, and we come to actual investigation, you ask me questions, you show me the evidences, I remember the facts. So I will still know that what I said in the witness statement was what I would remember that time. It's not actually that I want to, forget that and change to this. I said that's what I remember by then. But the facts were there after.
Do you want to change your statement, sir?
Whether I want to change my statement?
Yes, what you said in the statement.
To change my statement? I cannot change this statement.
What you said in the statement, do you still stand by it, sir?
By that time, yes.
How about right now, sir?
Right now, that was not the fact.
What is the situation now, sir?
The fact is the rights were given were less than 655.
No, forget the rice, forget the amount. Don't try to jump the gun. We haven't arrived at the number of rice you have supplied to the area council yet. So that's why I said when I ask you a question, you answer the question. Don't try to anticipate where I am heading to, because you will never ever read my mind. You can't read anyone's mind. So answer the question as I ask them. Will that be okay, sir?
It will be applied.
Can you answer the question when I ask them, sir?
It will be applied to me.
Mr. Dibar, can we listen to each other and answer the questions? Where you cannot recollect, say you cannot recollect. Where you can recollect, just answer straightforward so that we can do the back and forth.
I think I should also be fairly treated by the council, because the council also cannot put the words in my mouth.
Yes,
and in your presence here, I appeal to you that if the council asks me questions, let them allow me, but they want to put the words in my mouth. It seems to me that the council wanted to say what he wants me to say.
No, let me
and
comment.
It cannot also read my mind.
Yes. Mr. Diba, we are being paid taxpayers' money, including your own tax being paid. You understand? That you pay every day. That is what is paying us here. So we do not want to spend any extra minute sitting here, you understand, to try and get information from people. We are not going to do it, and we are not going to entertain it. The question is, if he asks you a question, answer the question. Whatever you need to explain, you will explain that to your satisfaction. And we will take your evidence. Because it is our responsibility to listen to you and take your evidence. Right? But if you want us to be fair to you, you got to be fair to the commission. When they ask you a question, answer the question. If you want to accept, accept. If you want to deny, deny based on the facts you know. And then explain. If you want to justify, you justify. So please. And I will not allow anybody to bully any witness here. And it's not going to be possible. Not under my watch.
Now.
All right?
Okay.
And I will not also allow you not to answer the question, you understand, and try merry-go-rounding the issue. I will not take it. All right? Thank you. Can you please continue?
Mr. Diba, you had discussed the specifications and the pricing after you awarded the contract, correct?
Yes.
Good. Now, In a subsequent meeting, you had asked that they give you an advance payment. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
How long did it take before they made the advance payment from your request?
I did not hear that.
How long did it take before they made the advance payment when you requested for it? A day, 2 days, 3 days?
How long will it take them all?
When you requested for the advance payment, how long did it take after your request?
Well, I remember it was the
2 days, 3 days?
No. It was the same day when I requested that they should, because they said they needed the rice. So they asked me to whether I can provide it in 2-3 days. I told them if I have the advance payment, today I'm going to Banjul. So that was the day they give me the advance payment. I came to Banjul the same day.
You came to Banjul the same day?
Same day, yes.
So you had this meeting in the morning with them?
Yeah, that would be in the morning.
That would be in the morning. So in the morning you have concluded with them and you requested for an advance payment that only if you are given the contract you will now travel to Banjul. Is that correct, sir?
I believe, yeah.
So the registration could have only been done after you had the contract.
Okay, come to that.
Do you agree first? The registration could only have been done after you were awarded the contract.
I said the registration could have been done before I was awarded the contract. I said the same day. The meeting could have been done in the morning. Me, I paid my registration before I received my certificate.
On the 28th of April, let me learn. On the 28th of April, 2020, they gave you an advance payment. Is that not correct, sir?
They gave me an advance payment, yes.
Yes. So when the advance payment was paid into your account, you said it was as a result of a meeting you had with them, and you told them, if you give me the advance payment, I will travel to Banjul today and deliver.
That's what I said. If I was given the advance payment,
yes.
When already my registration was available, because clearly they told me we cannot award this contract if you don't bring the advance payment. So when I bring the advance payment, the certificate, I requested for my advance payment. They give me. I came.
You were in Mazakonko on the 28th of April 2020 in the morning.
Yes.
You were not in Banjul.
I was not. My registration was brought to me by my brother, my younger brother.
Who's your brother, sir?
My brother is in Italy now.
Your brother is in Italy now?
Yes.
What is his name, sir?
His name is Dauda.
Dauda? Give us the full name, because the one that registered and made the payment will definitely reflect. These things are not difficult to know.
Yeah.
So tell us the name of your brother who registered for you.
But clearly, I have to say this. I paid the registration myself. The registration was brought to me by Dauda. Not actually, Dauda paid the registration. Dauda bring the registration from Combo here to Soma.
Mr. Diba.
I paid the registration. I went to GPPA office myself.
Mr. Diba. Then you had gone to GPPA after you were awarded the contract. It's either, listen to the narration. It's either your brother who's in Italy, Dauda, paid for you whilst you are in Masakonko. Now, just listen to my question. You don't have to be nervous.
Okay.
If you are saying the truth,
I am
listen to me.
Okay.
Just listen to me, sir.
Okay.
The truth is always easy to say,
Thank
100 times.
No problem.
The only problem is when someone is not saying the truth. Two scenarios are possible. Number one, your brother Dauda, what is the full name, sir?
Dauda Diba.
Dauda Diba.
Yes.
Paid for you whilst you are in Masakonko, which is possible.
Okay.
Or the other scenario is you were awarded the contract and you now came and paid for GPPA. Which one is true?
Let me correct that.
Yes.
It's
Correct
not
me or correct you?
No,
Yourself.
correct the statement.
Which statement? Your statement or my statement, sir?
Okay, whatever. Let me correct the registration issue.
Yes.
The registration issue was not like I paid the registration today, I got it today.
Yes.
The registration, I went to GPPA to register.
Yes.
I was there since in the morning, up to evening, I could not get it. I went back.
Yes.
I left everything. They told me if the registration is done,
Yes.
we will let you know.
Yes.
I don't remember who actually called me, but they called me, your registration is done.
Yes.
You can collect it.
Yes.
I sent, in fact, the one collect the registration from the GPP office.
Yes.
Was not Dauda, but a guy from Jara, his name is Lamin, was the one who collected the registration from the GPPA office and give it to my brother.
Yes.
My brother give it to the drivers to bring it to me to Soma.
A guy in Jara. What's the name, sir?
Which guy in Jara?
The one who picked it up.
A guy from Jara, not in Jara.
Name.
I say a guy from Jara.
Name.
Working at GPPA. His name is Lamin. Before, Lamin Sise was the one who told me that your registration is ready. It's here. I told him that now give it to someone. I called my brother to pick the registration for me. He picked the registration and brought to me to Jara. He sent the registration to me. So when I have my registration, I went to council to...
No, wait. Let's talk about the registration first. Now it's no longer Dauda who paid for you.
I never said Dauda pay for my registration. I said Dauda send it to me. That's what I said, council.
Just take your time. Now Lamin Sise is the one who gave it to Dauda. Is that correct, sir?
Lamin Sise who gave it to Dauda, for Dauda to send it to me.
Take your time. Just answer the question. Now Lamin Sise is the one who took it from GPPA, because the records are there. It's easy. Is it Lamin Sise who took it from?
He did not say so. He said that it is Lamin Sise at the procurement office that called him to tell him that his certificate is ready. That is what he said.
Yeah,
now who took the certificate?
Fine. Lamin Sise, when he called me...
Allow me to finish my question, sir.
Okay.
I don't know why you're behaving like this. It's not professional at all. You don't have to behave like this, sir. Now, who picked up the certificate from GPA?
The certificate, I was called by Lamin Sise that my registration is ready, and I asked him to give it to Dauda. But since I am not in the combo here, what I cannot ascertain whether Lamin took it from where he is and take it to Dauda, where Dauda is, and send it to me. But it was Dauda that I communicated that she should send me the registration. What I cannot ascertain here was who actually, whether it's Lamin who brought it from the GPPA and take it to wherever Dauda is, or Dauda who went by himself to the sessions office and took it there. That I cannot.
Mr. Sheba, you must have authorized someone to pick your certificate for you.
I authorized my brother to pick the certificate for me.
You authorized your
brother to pick the certificate for me. But what I said is, you said now you are asking me, what do you ask me? That's what I'm asking. That whether it's Lamin who took it from GPPA, it could be Lamin took it from GPPA and take it to wherever Dauda is in the comma here, or Dauda went to GPPA himself and pick it there. That's what I said. I don't know if that answers your question.
Did you register before you were awarded the contract, or you registered after you were awarded the contract?
I was registered, then later I was awarded with the contract.
But the date of registration says on the 28th?
Yes.
Of April?
Yes.
2020?
Yes.
It's the same day you were awarded the contract?
Yes.
In the morning, you were in Masakonko?
Yes, myself.
In the morning, you were not in Banjul?
Yes.
So you could not have registered before the contract was awarded?
Of course.
You don't have evidence to show that you registered before the contract was awarded?
It can show, because there was no time.
You don't have the evidence to show that, do you?
I have the evidence to show that.
Where is the evidence, sir?
Registration.
It says on the 28th, sir?
Yes.
But in 28th, you were in Masakonko?
I can be registered by 10 o'clock in the morning on the 28th, and I can be awarded a contract on the 4 o'clock on the 28th. And that says the same day.
Do you have evidence that Lamin Sise or Dauda registered the GPA for you?
Whether
they registered GPA on your behalf?
Whether they
registered on your behalf?
On my behalf?
Yes.
I paid this registration myself.
When?
I went to GPPA. I could not remember the date, but I went to the GPPA to pay the registration myself, not anybody.
Can you show us the receipt, sir?
Huh?
Can you show us a receipt of payment?
Well, the receipt, I don't have it with me. I don't know whether I will have it in my records unless I check.
You have to have the receipts. You see, if we are to believe what you are saying, you run a business. There have to be records. So you must, listen to me, you must have records so that we will here attach weight to what you are saying. So if you don't have the records, how will we know that you have paid before to do it?
Okay, now to answer that question, I believe I should have the receipt of the payment. Because the GPPA certificate would have not been awarded to me if I don't make any payment. So and I cannot also be awarded a certificate after paying the registration and they will not give me the receipt. I believe I should have the receipt. I'm not sure whether I will allocate the receipt, but I should have the receipt, of course.
When did you know that you are going to be awarded the contract?
I don't know before my register.
You didn't know before?
My register was...
So you knew that you were going to be awarded the contract on the 28th of April, 2020?
I never knew that.
On the 28th of April, 2020, was it the day that you knew you were going to be awarded the contract or before that?
After my registration, yes.
No. On the 28th of April 2020, was it the day that you knew that you were going to be awarded the contract?
Was the day that I knew already, was the day because after my registration, I was awarded, so I knew that on the same day. So it was the same day I knew.
It was the same day that you knew?
Yeah, after my registration.
It was the same day that you were awarded?
After my registration.
So now the idea is you were never registered before you were awarded the contract.
I was never?
You never registered with GPPA before you were awarded the contract.
I was never awarded a contract before I registered.
No. Answer the question. You did not register with GPPA before you were awarded the contract.
No. That is no. The answer is no.
No as in what? What I am saying, is it true or false?
Repeat your question.
You never registered with GPPA prior to you being awarded the contract.
That is not correct.
What is correct? Were you registered before you were awarded the contract?
Correct.
On the 28th of April 2020 was the day you were awarded the contract.
On the 28th of April was the day I was awarded.
Before the 28th, you did not register. Is that correct, sir?
Before the 28th?
Yes.
Yes.
So you were awarded the contract the same day you registered?
I was awarded the contract the same day after my registration.
The same day you registered, sir?
After my registration, yes.
Do you have evidence of that, sir?
I have evidence because my registration was on the 28th. And now, after registration, I was awarded.
Let's talk about the amount. 655 bags of rice. In your statement, you said in your statement that during a meeting with the two procurement officials of the council, who are they, sir?
This is Senili and Trawale.
Senili and?
Trawale.
Do you know the first name, sir?
Baba and Ibrahima.
We agreed on the supply of 655 bags of rice, 25 kilos, at $650 per bag, totaling the sum of $425,750. Afterwards, I requested an advance payment upon which the council paid the sum of $225,000 from the council's GTB account to my business account. I delivered the total number of bags of rice to the council and issued a delivery note to the procurement officer. That part, is that true?
Yeah, after the clarification here, this statement was not true.
It was not true?
Yes.
You had delivered this statement on the 24th of October 2023.
When?
order.
Are we okay? We can proceed now.
Yes, I had read a portion or part of your statement. It was delivered on the 24th of October 2023.
Get it clearly.
Yes. And I had read to you the part that you had said that I requested an advance payment upon which the council paid the sum of 225,000 from the council's GTB account to my business account, GTB Bank. I delivered the total number of bags of rice to the council and issued a delivery note to the procurement officer. Is that part true, sir?
Some are true, some are not true.
Okay, tell us which part is true.
That I requested the advance payment, which they did, but the amount that I said they deliver, they did not actually was not the amount, because what I will remember was 425, but instead it was 200. So that is not true.
How much did you deliver, sir?
By that time, I remember I delivered 625 bags, but 625 bags was also delivered. But actually, council did not take that all. After the arrangement, some bags were withdrawn.
How many bags of rice did you eventually deliver, sir?
For the first time, 655.
How many bags of rice did the council eventually take as stock, as delivery?
That would be, unless I do the calculation after the...
You can do it right now, sir.
Would you help me to read the number of these things so that I can...
The number of?
The last invoice that I provided.
You need to see the invoice to know the amount.
The amount is 560 there. So the bags, I don't know, is 400 or 400 something. So if I do the calculation and also the sugar, the total amount it will give me so that I can give you the correct bags that may be withdrawn from the first arrangement.
Council?
Yes.
I am told that the machine is on battery because the voltage is low. We'll take a break because it's already 1:30. We'll come back after lunch break.
Ask the commissioner.
Then you would,
Ask the
get
commissioner.
these things sorted.